Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love to
Hello? Are you getting me?
I'm getting you.
Yeah, live,
Check
Nathan.
yeah?
Yeah. I'm getting you.
I think my network is
Just a
stupid.
little one.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Leave this and come back. I'm here because
Much better.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us, my name is Leon Twazonman here on Sounddrag TV. Today we are opportune to have a lot of our guests in studio. We're just having some connection issue. We're trying to bring Nathan back on. He's trying to get his network shut. How you doing today, sir? How are you? How you feeling?
Yeah, good evening. I'm doing great. And you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's good to have you on today. Obviously, I'm not Nathan. We're just trying to make sure we have everybody ready. We're having some connectivity issue. But tell me, how's the day going so far?
Yeah, actually, the day have been fantastic. Uh, regularly, Saturday, is a day that we can be home, but you can use that day to accomplish so many also.
Yes,
So it have
absolutely.
been good.
Yeah. I know how it be sometimes. But how's Independence Day celebration?
The, the Independence Day celebration, I was fortunate to be in Grand Bassel,
Okay.
cover many of the activities there. It was very great.
So
Too many things happen.
everybody have different opinions when it comes to the independence celebration. So what is your own opinion about the entire situation?
It's obvious, I'm from the media background. I was covering many of the activities there. But in all, Independence Day was okay. From the independent perspective, it was okay. We didn't witness any casualty, everything else. So I think, yeah, Liberian people enjoy themselves and the ceremony went on. Absolutely
That's
nothing wrong happened. So we are to tell God thank you for the Independence Day celebration.
that's good to hear. Can you hear us now, Nathan?
yeah, I'm struggling to get. It's like Lone Star is tripping from my end because it's
Uh,
just like
I mean,
yeah,
we
I'm
can hear
struggling
you
to
loud
get
and
it
clear. We can
right.
hear you loud and clear.
If there's no way, I think I gotta switch to orange because Lone Star is like tripping from my end.
No, we are
Oh,
hearing
am I
you. The
okay?
question is, are you hearing us?
Oh, okay. It just kind of about like tripping. That's all. But
So
Jeff,
are
you can
you?
hear me, right?
I can hear you, but the network is challenged actually for your end
Yeah, that's orange
because you
account
have
in this view.
you have a 30 minute or 1 hour 30 minutes to run the show, and your audience might not be getting you correctly. So I don't think it would be bad for you to
Yeah,
switch to Orange Network.
let me try and set it up again. Let me set it up.
Yeah, no problem.
This is so stupid.
Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Central TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV.
Well, again, very important, ladies and gentlemen. We want to take this time again to welcome you here on Sandra Communication Network on Sandra TV. For some reason, we are having some connectivity issues with Nathan in studio. He's trying to switch to his orange, and then he is going to come back and run the show. So we have a lot of guests coming in today. We have Jeff Samuels, who is a very strong name in the media entity. So we will be here while Nathan switch to come back. Jeff and I will be in studio doing a little chit chat. Jeff, is this your first appearance on the network?
I think I've been here before.
Okay,
This is
good.
not spring for me.
So
I've been here before.
it's good. It's good to have you. It's good to have you back again. So we're just chit chatting about Liberia's independence in Grand Bassa. You was telling me how wonderful it was coming from a media background. How would you grade independence on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think the media, for me, in all, as I said from the onset, from the intro, the independent day went well. I think the government tried for best because with the number of people that I saw in Grand Bassa and swallowing the fufu with Dudu down there with so many things. We were fortunate, the media were fortunate to interact with most of the government officials. I have had a wedding to speak with us. I think it was great in my mind. Yes, it was great in my mind. Even we have a word with the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Ministry of Information, and etc. Very, very excitement everywhere there. I think we were fortunate to be part of our history making. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. And I know you guys have a lot of conversations to be have today. We're trying to bring back Nathan in and with all of these great things that you have been saying about Liberia's independence. And I think we dissected the Independence Day speech from the orator here, and I think, but you guys that are back in Liberia. What are some changes that you guys see now that are happening in this regime that were not happening in the past regime, or what are some things that happened in the past regime that have not happened in this regime, in your professional opinion?
I think what we're seeing right now uh, is implementation. We
Okay.
see implementation. Every administration have their own challenges to attend to, but what we see currently, you saw the release of recent suspension, massive uh, expression that show that the government is serious. I don't want to speak on development because obviously when you come with development, you have to balance the argument.
Mhm.
What happened yesterday, you need to have more information about it. But what I see today, yesterday there was always the quote unquote corruption scandal will be everywhere, and the public will discuss it over and again. But when you see the administration is taking decision on those who are involved, that speak to you of the implementation I spoke about from the onset. Then while we're witnessing now, even if we have a net administration, they need to work hard and implement like what we see today. You know, the public can judge people. They are not perfect, and they shouldn't pretend that like they are perfect. But I think they are trying. With what I saw few days ago, they released many of those are involved with the drugs issues, government official with that kind of positions for the government to make a step and expel, suspend without salary. I think it's speak for them. Yeah.
Awesome. So can you hear us now, Nathan? Much better from your end. He's trying to fix. But we want to welcome Honorable Frederick James City to the platform. Honorable City, we want to welcome you. We want to take we will officially start. I think Honorable City is trying to get a very good angle from his end. Honorable City, how's thing with you over there, buddy? Can you Can you hear us, Frederick? Okay, Frederick having some kind of issue, but yes, Jeff. So absolutely, man. I think every government has their pros and cons when it comes to leadership and governmental aspect. For me, I've always maintained the fact that I'm not a citizen, neither am I a U-pist. I'm what you refer to as a freelancer. I'm a freelancer now. So I love to get the opinion of UPIS. I love to get the opinion of CDC and unbiasedly, make my own decision because a couple of things that we are saying now, we didn't see them before, and there are some things that happened before that uh is not happening now. But whatever it is, we are all in for the love of the country. We are all in for the development of the nation. So if there's anything that is progressing in the right trajectory, we'll come out here and we'll appreciate the government for that. Equally so, if there's anything that is negative that the government is doing, we'll always come on the show too and say it. Nathan, are you okay? Are you hearing us now?
Yeah, you put just gotta confirm what I'm okay because I'm hearing you.
You are fine. You are
Yeah.
absolutely fine. So we are hearing you
Yeah,
loud and clear
man.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Apologies, I
Jeff,
have to switch
well,
to.
I think Honorable Piagna is here now to take over his show. Nice chatting with you, and I hope that we'll be on my show one day. That's over to you, Nathan.
Okay.
So yes, actually, Lone Star was trying to trip, but I had to switch to Orange. So I want to apologize to the followers and even you in studio, our guests. So I apologize for that. But basically, there are a lot of things we need to discuss today. There are a lot of fascinating issues. There are a lot of issues of concern, national concern. Some are so interesting and some are not interesting. But we have the platform, so we are going to discuss it, and the Liberian people will make the decision, or they will have the best thing to say to themselves or to other people. But basically, we are grateful for having you in studio, Frederick. Frederick will join. I show Frederick having the same issue with Lone Star. It's like Lone Star internet is giving some problem. So quickly, I had to switch to Orange. So Frederick will join us shortly, and he will be here as well. So Jeff, you have been following a lot of issues in Liberia concerning the issue of drugs. You have already made some statement on the issue of drugs, and I also want to ask you, there are some developing news coming from outside Morovia, like Nimba. We saw Yan Twine. You have been in Nimba of recent time. You people made some donation there. You saw Yan Twine doing a kick-off in terms of sort of peace tournament. So what is all about peace? Because at one point in time we hear that Nimba is peaceful, at the other time, and one other point in time again we hear that somebody in Nimba fighting for Godfather Tattoo. We hear that people fighting for positions in Nimba and other stuff. So what's the essence of having a peace tournament? Because we are not getting actual information, the real information, the actual information. We're not really getting it. Yes. Sometimes people will say they having this and having that and all that stuff. But what is it?
So thank you so much, Nathan, and the rest of the panelists. I know they will join. But the peace tournament uh, in Neymar is a strategic uh, league that can give birth to selection of players for Neymar County team. So that's the strategies there. But in details, this is obvious. Every season you will see the electoral is an electoral league. The non-electoral district in Neymar County, the Neymar administration, along with LFA and Ministry of Youth and Sports, they will conduct the process, and the 19 will come to one venue and play against one another. And the team is comprises of both football and keyboard. They will play one another until from the group stage all the way to knockout and to semi-final and final. How I want for you to understand that this league have and they are help the Nima County team to win so many trophies in the country. You can remember one Malo Johnson from Tabata, everyone making for that league. And I can safely tell you that the league, both top players that can perform there, 60% can qualify, and the Lima administration can look for 40% from outside to add to those players that can be selected to represent Lima County. So that league is a that and we usually use the administration usually use the tournament to reconcile people. This is why they refer to it as a peace. Uh, for example, I'm from district number 4, Nima County. As we speak currently, nobody will be talking about whether CMC, CDC, this and that. So everybody from District 4 right now, you saw our fundraising. We are raising from everybody from you from CMC, you from this and that. Everybody wants to beat it because our goal for the tournament is for District number 5, let's say District number 4 to win. So for that reason, we all go together with District number 4 win. Everybody celebrate together. We forget about what might happen during 2023 or any election periods. So that's why the administration look at and refer to it as a peace tournament. And when you spoke about donations in the district, the Unity Party chairman on the team, Nancy Bianga, you know, during the Independence Day celebration, he have a huge donation of food and food stuff and cash in his constituent. Nimba has 6 electoral sanitary districts. So the 6 sanitary district, we form part of one they refer to as Zogear. So the unit party chairman and director of ICA thought it was that he had to give back to his people, and this is why he make available little over 50,000 bag of rice. That's it, over 50 bag of rice and over $85,000 Liberian dollars, and he make that available. When the distribution went on successfully, the people always celebrate him for such donation. And you saw it was virus all over OKFM, Smooth FM, and even the state radio EFBC, everybody carrying the life. And this is what people call giving back to your people. Few months ago, the same chairman and the director general of National Archive, he made available over 12 professionals, teachers went to the district as well to total 12th grade student, and let's say the wild student, and he been making huge contribution to his district. But at the recent one you saw with the uh, 50 bags of rice will go up $85,000. That hey, people always, as we speak currently, every radio station in Lima County, particularly Radio Lima, Radio Zoge, Radio Secretary, Radio Buyao, Radio Kan, and etc. Every time you open the radio right now, everybody expressing gratitude to the huge donation of recent. Right?
Yes. So thank you for that. I do have a follow-up question. You care to talk about um, the issue concerning Samuel Koga. We have been seeing some posts from Mr. Koga. Nima County is one of the large county or one of the largest county in Liberia, or is the largest in terms of togetherness, in terms of unity. They are the largest because Nima say, oh, we are always Nima, one Nima. There's a scenario say that we are go Nima, yeah, see and all the stuff. For me, I don't really speak it like that, but myself from there. But at times we see a lot of controversial comments, posts, and so on certain Senator Koga. Is you people are in leadership when it comes to the Unity Party in Nima County. You people are the peak of the leadership. You people is high in leadership. You people are well recognized. You people sit over the decision making body of the Unity Party in Nima County. Can you get it? Can you clearly tell our public in terms of what is really happening in Nima? Because the last time we checked, Koga supported the Unity Party elections. The both elections, the first round, the second round, Koga supported the Unity Party elections in Nima. So now, what is happening now? What is really happening now? Because Koga said he went to a time and then the people of Nima decided to make him godfather. And now other Nima are trying to produce some counter reaction statement and other stuff. They are counter reacting the polls that it doesn't make sense to us. This is not Nima tradition. So who really do understand Nima tradition? Is it bad displaying our Prince Johnson remise makes Koga the crop or godfather of Nima, or is it because the last time we check again, there was an issue between Koga and Yanto or Friday on senior senator issues, and other stuff. So you care to let us know concerning the real tradition in terms of who should be the godfather of Nima, who is really in charge of Nima. Because for me, I've never seen any godfather of Nima except the leg of past Senator Prince Johnson. So you are in the leadership. What is really happening with Koga and Unity Party, and what is really happening with that Nima Godfather tattoo? Is it a tattoo that somebody must carry in Nima? We'll get the federal very shortly. We'll get the federal very shortly. But I just wonder you to just weigh some thought on this. Since you are in the mind and you are in the party leadership.
So, so this tell you Nima is a great country. No disrespect to other countries. Nima is a great country. You will see so many things happening all of the time. But at the end of the day, the unity will speak louder. So Nakoga is one of the leader of the country. He have his own style of leadership. I don't think really godfathership or this and that is really the serious matter of Nima. What matter to Nima County right now is development. Constructive jealousy. What other people doing that you can do better than them, or the investment or development of citizens carrying out that you can do yours. But it's obvious that this is politics. They are political figure. Senator Kuka is a political figure, a very strong person, an experienced person. So you will always see he will speak out. He will always speak out for The fact of the matter is, I don't think the issue that matters to Nima Kande is Godfather. Though you will always hear in the news, Godfather, senior senator, but most other people have so many followers. So issues that you don't expect for people to speak about it, sometimes they can speak about it. But you see Senator Koga with all the godfathership, this and that, you saw his trip the few days in district number 9, district number 4, and district number 3. Passing, he went all around with all the Rick Monroe, he went all around to appreciate his citizen for electing him. Saying he was elected, he had not visited all the districts in the county. So he went and visited District 9, District 4, and District 3 successfully. But you see, when it comes to godfathership, Nima have godfather, yes. The late Senator Johnson. But a godfathership, people don't marry it. But when you see people have so many followers, you will always see people singing a song, oh, the person is a senior senator, this and that. You will only have close control over the few people who work with you, but it can be with all the supporters. So you will see everybody will want for their leaders to be at the top. But to be godfather of Nima, it will take a man. Yeah. So always you will see other people. So the other person will come talk about godfather. You will see the other person will come talk about godfather. But the most paramount thing in Nima is investment and development. See it everywhere. There is no country that you can compare with Nima County when it comes to investment and development. Everywhere you go, every part of Nima County, out of the 736 towns and villages you have in Nima, everywhere you go, you don't compare most of the towns and villages with other places because we are great people. Every town and villages want to make a mark, want for their town to be the number one. So you can see everybody will be striving to carry out development in their constituent or in their very locale.
Okay. So for now, you cannot tell who is the real godfather for Nima County. It is just open now. So we will get there. We will get there. I want to be very honest with this. Recently you listened to former President Weah when he arrived in the United States, especially during the CDC convention USA chapter, where they were about to select their new leadership for the USA. And you listen to President Weah, former President Weah was very clear that it's saddening for him and the entire CDC. And he made mention of few Liberians, people who are feeling so frustrated about one or two things. So basically, he said that um, the economy, the roadmap that he set for Liberia, it is now on a deplorable condition. It is diminishing under President Baka. And he was very clear. He announced or he re-announced his presidential bid for 2029. President Weah has a major threat. Nobody can underestimate that. Nobody can override that. President Weah has a major threat. And now you coming from the angle of the Unity Party. We'll ask you all of the hard question today because you are from the Unity Party. President Weah is a major threat to this country. You were past election, you won a little over 20,000 votes. A little over 20,000 votes. It is the first time that happened in Africa for a seated president to be defeated a little over 20,000 votes. So it tells you that the margin is slim, but at the same time, the election was so tough, it was so difficult, it was unpredictable. But at the end of the day, anybody came out a winner in the election. So President Weah has announced his coming back in the 2029 elections, and he will be a formidable force. It is undebatable, it is unarguable. President Weah is a force when it comes to our boarding politics. So from your angle, Nima County was the one that gave United Party this position today, or this power today, because Nima voted overwhelmingly. And still, the CDC got over 50,000 votes for Nima. The records are there. So now with with the new statement of the coming of President, we are back to the race in 2029. Is it rather a threat for you people at the level of the United Party in NIMA or the national leadership? We'll try to bring someone in here. Hopefully, next week to talk to them. We're trying to talk to Melvin Sivas to come here as well. So since you are here, we'll try to talk to you as well. Um, what do you make of President? We are coming back. Are you afraid of President? We are coming back. Is the United Party jittery, worrying, and being so, confusing position right now? President Weah is coming back. What do you have to say about that? Is anybody ready, waiting for President Weah to come back?
Come back with what strategy?
Every
President
political
Weah,
party have a manifesto. Every political
former
party has a
president
manifesto.
Weah, former president Weah came to power by mistake.
Mm,
Liberian people never knew. Liberian people never knew George Weah was going to be a huge fraud when it comes to presidency.
mm,
You know, sincerely speaking, President Weah, former President Weah is a very professional person. You know, when people are misplaced, that's what happened into former President Weah. You did listen to him. He didn't allow a single strategist to improve on what he, the error that he carried out yesterday. You know, in Liberia,
mm,
everybody growing now, development, a serious manner government. Do you see the week that ending today? The week that ending today, you saw that over 6 government officials who are allegedly being announced of part of the quote unquote drug issue. You saw them, some of them were expelled, and some of them were suspended without salary for certain time. This is a serious government. Liberian people won't repeat the mistake that they did yesterday. Former President Weah came to power. I can remember 2014 when he was elected as senator. Absolutely no development his supporter can point at. Liberian people only voted Jowiah because he played football for Liberia. And it was the wrong thing that was there. If former President Weah played football for Liberia, we want for him to help or to still play role in Liberia, it was supposed to be on the sporting arena because that's where he had a excellent working. When we brought him to presidency, President Weah will report different things and different things were happening in the country. Why is the strategy right now that former President Weah is bringing? Former President Weah, before he could leave from power, rest was 3,700. Currently, you must say no, rest is 2,700. So he wants for rest to go back to 3,700 or more than 3,700. That's a life he wants for all the way. You know, scratch card was $230. So for all to go back for scratch card to be $230. You know very well gasoline was 1,000 plus in Maserati here. So you want for all to be buying gasoline 1,000 plus. You know from here to Maryland was 20,000. Now because of the pavement of the road from Maserati to go Maryland is 14,000. Do you want for all to go for all to bring your way up and you can maintain all those stuff? He got a constitutional right to come back and uh and contest. But one thing I will easily say right now is Jowa is used to defeat and being in opposition. So he coming, there is no fear because the massive development that we're witnessing today, Jowa administration, the 6 year given to him, will he see 287, 285 pieces of yellow machine to come to our country and the distributions have already started doing the 26 witness yellow machine going to Grand Chile, Maryland. Grand Bassa and the Lake schools or other county will soon start receiving their. We are the major problem in our country is development, particularly road. You saw the groundbreaking of
Mhm.
the road from Salaye all the way to Dofa, and you saw the dedication, the road from Bon County to go Salaye. So that tell you that so many development is going on, and Liberian people they don't want for people to distract what is going on. All Liberian people with praying for right now is continuation in my mind because we don't want Liberia, everybody, everyone also Liberia is old. Imagine we are 179 years old right now, and we are witnessing a development that we have not seen before. No serious minded person will tell you say they don't want development that is ongoing. Yesterday, uh, from Kanto to go Kukopa, Jowea administration were not able to complete that distance. Imagine from Kanto to go Kukopa is just 30-minute drive. Jowea administration were not able. As we speak right now, the road from Kukopa all the way to district number 6, Tabatan City, you have Kota the Alpha pavement. So if and from Kukopa to go Tabata is what the way the road is excellently looking is 2 hour plus drive. And with all that, you will see in every town and villages. I can remember, even our platform posted something. Imagine that huge development going on in district number 5 there. There's a hospital, a very big hospital that is the, the building are already reached to roof level, and the government is making strides to make sure that that area be dedicated from now to next year. There's so many development that is ongoing that Liberian people would not want for anybody to tamper with.
Okay, okay. So we'll hold you there and get to Frederick. Frederick, you've been having some internet issues, but we understand, and we also apologize for coming in late. Myself has some serious internet issues as well. But as time go back, we'll get it done and we'll have it fixed. But Frederick, you are from District 9, Nima. And we have been following you from the level of a Central Communication Network, Central TV. We have been following you, your activities, some of your humanitarian activities there. And you have been one person that have been very clear. Winston just joined. Winston, welcome. You have been one person that have been very clear in terms of your activities. At one point in time, we saw you try to go in the race. We saw some flyers from you in Nima District 9. And then you are a young man that many young people in District 9 love so much. So Federer, do you care? I think Federer is still having internet issues. Federer is still having internet issues. So when you come back, we'll ask him because Federer have been so much into the Nima politics as well. He have been spending resources, he been carrying material, been doing donation. But at one point in time, he and Jan Toyer had some serious issues. They had to fight and other stuff. Not physical fight. They had some exchange of war. And then he told Jan Toyer that Jan Toyer would never repeat what he did to him. At the same time, Jan Toyer will never go back in the contest and win election over him. Over there, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But Winston, welcome. Winston, you came in late. I know. Today Saturday there are other activities you need to run after. So welcome, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Yeah. So
happy being.
yeah. So basically, we would like for you to throw light on this. Um, a recent CDC had a convention in Nima. Not in Nima, in the United States of America, the USA chapter. You listen to former president. I just told Jeff that you cannot underestimate. We are coming back to the electoral process. We are got more than 30 to 40% of the vote in our country. We have a defeated just 20,000 vote margin. So the possibility of we are coming back It should be a threat to the Unity Party. It should be a threat to any political party, and we are will be a formidable force. So Jeff and I were talking. He said there's no need for we are to come back. We are going nowhere and all that stuff. But Winston, from your own individual perspective, what do you make of we are statement in the year that he's coming back? That he said that the economy, now the economy is going through a lot. What he said that the roadmap that he says for Liberia, it is deviating from the actual goal that you wanted Liberia to go and other stuff. Jeff is saying there was nothing set up by President. We are red spread were high, gas prices were high, the rate were high up, the road connectivity was bad. But now under the United Party regime, you see red spreads have dropped. The issue of trash card, it maintained to 200. Before then it was 230. In other things, the gas price is stable. There is no shortage of liquid. There is no shortage of petroleum on the market. Schools are opening on time. And nobody complaining on salary. We have time people complain and protest about salary. So what do you make of we are coming back 2029, as we have said earlier?
Nathan, firstly, let me say hands up to everyone listening to us this evening, and it's a pleasure being back on Central Network. Now, with regards to the statement from former President George Weah in the United States regarding his coming back, in the first place, President Weah has the right to declare his intention for the presidency. He has the right to say he's coming back at any time he wish. And his followers and supporters have the right to pronounce that their leader is coming back. So the first thing I want to make clear is the statement that Weah is coming back shouldn't be something to bother somebody or to drag or to make out of issue, because it is normal, it is constitutional, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's coming back. I see people every time when they hear Weah is coming back, or when Weah speaks that he's coming back, then it baffles people, or the agitator, or the quaver. I don't think that should be any, because it's just normal. A man is a political figure, a former president for that matter. So, and it is clear that he wants to return to the presidency. He has not resigned from politics. And so, therefore, you expect that his followers will be pushing the idea that he's coming back, and he himself will make the pronouncement. On most occasions, this will not be the last time. I want you to expect that maybe from now to 2029, we might make this pronouncement more than 4 or 5 times. So let it be clear. Yeah, you can't stop him from making the pronouncement. That's something that is clear first. And the next thing is, we talking about somebody who is the political leader of the biggest opposition political party. There's nowhere in the world you have 2 parties going to election and one person winning 1%, and they feel that they want the party that you won 1% doesn't have weight to come back, or to recalibrate, or to re-strategize and come back with force to remove you. Nowhere in the world. If you think that way, that means you are just giving the person the clear chance of coming back, because you fail to realize the weight that the person carries. When you fail to realize the weight that that individual carries, what happens? You underestimate them, and you become complacent in pushing to retain your seat, or to retain God. Under that condition, next will be that probably during the election, if you see him coming back with a serious momentum, which will be probably surprising to you, you want to do things overnight to outweigh what you're seeing. it might be late for you, because you have the same thing you're talking about George Weah. When George Weah was in power, there are things that he should have done at the earlier stage. He did not do it. He overlooked. In fact, there was this feeling that, oh yes, CDC is a grassroots political party, and the people love the party, and so regardless of everything, they will still vote for us. They did not put. There are several measures that they're supposed to be put into place to maintain their support base, and some of those measures were not put into place because they overlooked, they underestimated the coming back of Joseph Yuma Boaga, who was defeated wide margin. So when we start to exhibit complacency at this point, it just tell me that the ideology or the trumpet being blown that Weah is coming back, it is actually a reality that Weah is coming back. Yes, because if you take it serious and you work beyond, forget about the pronouncement being made that I'm coming back. Take the pronouncement seriously and work beyond expectation. Then you know that you are, because you never get tired. This is politics. You have to work to convince the electorates. The electorates probably what you look at as a benchmark to be re-elected might not be the same benchmark on the mind of the electorates.
Mhm.
Now let's dive into development and maybe just do small analysis as it relates to uh, President Weah and current administration, right?
Mhm.
I heard
Mhm.
my friend brother talking about a road that was established, a project that was that got started by President Weah in Nima, and up to now, yeah, it wasn't completed by the administration. Let's
Mhm.
be frank. Nima County is one county that benefited immensely from George Weah administration in terms of development, because their intention was to break the wing of Unity Party in that particular area, see Nima and
Mhm.
Lofa.
Mhm.
So they invested there. So if anybody
Mhm.
look at everything there and see the reality, because you are the one talking here and making things appear that way, yes, but the
Mhm.
locals that live there, that
Mhm.
was there, that witnessed some of these projects ongoing, they know it is on their mind. So you
Mhm.
have to work hard in that area to outweigh what that particular president did, instead
Mhm.
of underestimating it and thinking that you can intellectualize it, that people will just follow it 100%. Yes, it is deterring. Let me tell you, Nima County, I agree. Nima is a Unity Party, 100% Unity. That's just a 98% Unity Party zone for now,
Mhm.
because of
Mhm.
uh, the command that certain individual carry, especially the vice president. First, it was
Mhm.
Prince Johnson. Right now, the vice president carry huge command, and the people are
Mhm.
just supporting and following because of their trouble, their kinsmen.
Mhm.
Now, what they expect from their kinsmen, if it cannot outweigh what somebody else who was in their kinsmen did, actually, let me not lie to you, probably you will hear some frustration being expressed on the faces on the electorate before even the election time of the election. For now, they still have hope because there is time. That's why it's
Mhm.
going so. Now, you talk about road network. George, we are in this country. I don't want us to be comparing both President Weah and Joseph Yuma Boaka in terms of rural connectivity at this stage. Let's wait for the 6th year of Joseph Jimo Boakai to elect. Then we start to compare the both. Because if you start to compare this, then you should be willing to accept the backlash when it comes. Like, for instance, if I want to compare somebody who worked for 10 years to someone who worked for 5 years, then I should be willing, I shouldn't give excuse that, oh, they may only work for 3 years. No. Because if you wanted to say only work for 3 years, you should have waited. Let the both parties, let President Boakai tell you, go to an end like the 5th year, the final year, like doing campaign. Then you start to compare. But for now, realistically speaking, if we compare the actual rural network connectivity that President Weah carry on and the one that has been done by this government, you'll know that anyhow you do it, President Weah will rural connectivity will dominate. Developmental wise, his will dominate for now, because there are infrastructures that were constructed by that administration that we cannot compare now to what this government has constructed. It is beyond it is many, and the reason for me, I know the reason why is that because one person has just worked for 3 years, in fact less than 3 years, and another person went for 6 years. So we will be doing President Boakai disservice if you start to compare him at this early stage and presenting it that he has outweighed President Weah's development in a debate, and someone come there and start to outline all the developments in that debate.
Yeah, but wisdom.
Yes.
It is. Jeff will ask you a question and you ask Jeff a question. It is possible that somebody can spend 5 years trying to remove a single cornerstone from a land. Somebody can also spend 2 years to remove it. So don't you think that?
Excuse me, bro. Excuse me. So you are also going to that? But I don't want to go into it. I don't want to start outlining. If we start to outline development for development, obviously it will outweigh President Boakai. I don't want us to do that. If we do that, we'll be doing President Boakai disservice because he has just gone for 2 years and a half. That's my point.
Okay.
That's the actual reality. I'm not intellectualizing seeing fights and trying to balance it. I'm not dodging anything yet. I'm trying to lay down the plain reality, the fight on ground. Right? Now, one thing is we need to forget about propaganda. Joseph Boakai, yes, the government is working in various sectors, but yeah, they have some flaws in other sectors. But the reason some of us don't want to start judging them at this point is because we feel that it's a little bit earlier. So if we start to bring the comparison between the two sides, then you will not be doing Mr. Boakai. The next thing is that I don't want you people, every time somebody talk about development, we talk about the workings of government, we talk about good governance in this country, then people draw out the past regime. I think leaders should be able to be held accountable for their action. Like when this is your administration, whatever happens under your administration, discuss it, work on it, improve the livelihood of the people for which they elected you. We have something called a social contract, a social contract theory by John Locke. He said the electorates go into a contract with their leaders by electing them. Now, in return, the leaders then have to play their own part of the contract by providing basic social amenities for them. So your part of the contract is to elect, then their part is to, in return, carry on development. So if you start now to complain and drag the past leadership into the current situation, then it becomes a problem, because the reason they elected you is because those people feel them and they feel that you will do better than them. But if you come and try to draw comparison. Every time somebody talk about your workings and you try to bring the other people in, that means what you're doing over there, that means there's no big difference between you and those people. Probably even they might be bigger than you. That's why I kept saying if you continue to bring analysis between these people and these people, I want to hear positively just a direct analysis as it relates to the workings of Joseph Juma Boaga government, developments that they are bringing, things that are out to be done. I mean, those developments that are still in progress, the plans that are on ground, policies that will impact the life of the ordinary Liberians. Those are things that I like to hear from supporters of the government, rather than just every time comparing. This is not election time.
Yeah, Wilson, one quick
Opposition.
question. Yeah,
Yeah,
one quick
yeah.
question. Yeah, one quick question before we go to Jeff. Just a little quick question.
Mhm.
Do you believe that with all of the contemporary analysis you have given us or to the viewers, do you really believe that with all of the issues that we have in past in the previous administration where we had civil servant advocating for the salary, where people pay were harmonized, we had a lot of situation here, incomplete projects, breaking ground with no implementation. Now these days, President Baga is breaking ground. West start immediately opening of rules. Because we are here, our previous administration now a single yellow machine were even sent in the southeast to even go and grade roads. Now we are seeing all of these things. So now with the kind of thinking that like people have now about Joshua, that the eyes have been opened and they are seeing some of the work, some of the goodies of President Baka. Do you want to think that the way right now, currently, civil servants are not crying, people are not disturbing, security is on tight, intense safety and other measures and other things. President Baka is not somebody who will jump in a studio, want some money and make music. The next day, he jump to another studio, woke up early morning, jump to one country, go one football game for 2-3 weeks. Don't you think that Liberian people eyes are open now to never go back to that mistake that they made? Because some will say mistake, like what Jeff said, the coming in with President Weah was a big mistake to the Liberian people. So do you really think that with all of the issues that the CDC government had, do you think that Liberian
It
people
can
will stay
only
in
become a mistake. Listen,
President Weah?
you talk about the yellow machine issue, right? The past government did not distribute yellow machine, but the fact remains that there were rural connectivity, there were rural construction.
Uh-huh.
We can't erase that fact. There was rural construction, regardless of distribution of yellow machine. Those yellow machines were distributed. We are yet to see the actual impact of the yellow machine. So let's
No,
watch.
no, but
There are several interplay.
we want to about the other machine, especially F equipment, F movie equipment. We want to know the importance of it.
We
For example,
need
you
to
get
see it.
yeah, but you say the
We
impact
live
of the
in a
other machine.
society.
For example, you
We
get
live
phone.
in
What's
a
the impact of the phone?
society.
It's a true communication.
No, we're not talking about propaganda here, where you
No,
bring
not
yellow
about
machine to display it for propaganda sake. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the actual impact it means when the yellow machine have worked and open roads, connected the countries. Then we discuss it from that angle. For me, I will praise the government at that point. And I will say the yellow machines that this government brought has opened SY0 and it has been connected. The chairperson on yellow machine told us immediately after the yellow machine came, they don't even take a few months when he came out to say he need 52 million to manage, I think 50 or 51 million to manage the yellow machine annually. So you see the beginning of corruption. That's why I said this is not something that we should rush with. Let's see the impact of the yellow machine. That means when the yellow machine starts to work and starts to connect our people need rural connectivity. And when the yellow machine came, I said it's a very good step forward. But I don't want to raise so much praises on the government yet for now until these machines are assigned and they start to work. Then the result, because when roads are being connected in the rural places, the result will reflect right in Monserrato. Goods will come here on time. Food, you will see that here things that you buy here very expensive, the prices will drop. So that means the machine is having, actual impact in the livelihood of the citizens. That's what we want to see. Because the people, the produce of farmers will not be spoiling in the butchers. That's what we're saying. So we want to see that, then we can do the analysis from there. But for now, we know this is Liberia. People will say a possible corrupt official, not even the president. I don't want to say Joseph Boaga, but there are elements that, for instance, the drug sacker. Did you ever imagine that top police, top security personnel will be part of the drug sacker, and they will, be part of a drug cartel in this country, and they're dismissing them? Did you ever imagine some of them in a rescue government? A government that scrutinizes people before giving them job.
It was a government that
look out there for the best to give them position. Did you ever imagine that some of these very best that were given position will be part of this? So the same thing, this yellow machine thing, I want you to know that it is possible that some of these county officials, some of the yellow machines, the people in those counties might not be the direct beneficiary. They might not even be the beneficiaries of the yellow machine. Don't be surprised. People open their own agricultural area and having a yellow machine working there privately, and then later on they're sacking them, they're firing them. Yes, it will happen. But the actual reality will be that the citizens in those counties, did not benefit because of somebody's corruption. So let's wait and see.
Until then, we are yet to see them.
And you are just talking something about president. We are going to watch game. I agree. Yes, a president, as a president of the country, I think he's supposed to spend more time here with us, and he's supposed to argue the issue of even making music. I think he's supposed to just put those things aside and focus on, the business of the country. There are some other missteps of the George Manawia administration. Several missteps that they have. Yes. And that's why when we are speaking, we don't want to have, like, for instance, the Boaga administration keep dragging George Weah into their own governance process. So you talk about that. Now you have a minister here. Let's talk about this social thing. Your youth and sport minister. Because those are things that I don't consider, like, I don't go into those kind of conversation, because I just look at the actual working of the individual and I discuss them from that perspective. I really don't like to see, somebody went to enjoy themselves, somebody went this with it. Once the person is leading and our lives are being impacted by the leadership, I don't have a problem with what they do. But because you try to bring somebody going to watch football game, that's why you see me, I try to bring Cardinal Crown, into this issue, which is not really my actual intention of intellectualism. You understand? That's by far, yes. So you see, so once we start to draw all this kind of analysis, the discussion will look boring to me. I will not want to go into it. So that's why that issue of George, we are going to watch the game. I want us to just leave that aspect. If George Weah administration had actually provided the actual goods for the people, if he has transformed the livelihood of the people to their expectation, because mind you, we are came on a mantra of change, right? Change. And the majority of the Liberian people, their expectation was very high at the time of President Weah took power. There was high expectation. So even if he had done something, one reason they will not really let him at that time, because the expectation they had, not that he did not work, but because he did not reach their expectation. The same way, if this government is working, there was high expectation about the Boaga government, and there is still high expectation. If the government
Let
work
hear
and,
from Jeff.
and their working doesn't meet the expectation of the citizens, tell me, trust me, there will be serious feedback at the pool.
Okay, okay. Let hear from Jeff. Let hear from Jeff a little bit. Jeff, you are sad. You are sad. You are listening to Winston. It is not trying to debunk your statement, but he just gave your own analysis, how you feel, and what should be in place. You listen to Winston for more than 20 minutes. And then I showed that you did down some points and other stuff. So, do you care to say something? Do you care to respond to Winston Conley? Maybe maybe he jot down some point. Maybe there was some contradiction. Maybe there was some factual information that he gave. Maybe there was some biased statement that he makes, or you are being so biased in his own analysis. Do you care to tell me Winston on one or two things? Am I here muted? So unmute yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Good evening, Winston. Thank you for the analysis. I think with the previous analysis, Winston was just able to give reference on Ordina Kura. So, what Winston they didn't get from me was I was not really comparing the past administration and the current administration. My thing was I was giving references to what the past, let's say the current administration did. This is what I brought in the development, and the reference was squarely directed to Nemba County, for example. And I think he expressed me, but he was one way or another trying to disagree to me. And what I wanted, when he disagreed to me, what I was expecting to hear is, yes, the past administration carried out some development in Nemba. I was eager to hear where, when it comes to the road, where. So for me, I think he analysis is not too bad, but when it comes to the independent perspective, for example, if we have to go to, it's real that we can compare the both administration because it's 2 years and a half without a 6 year. And I gave some references when it comes to the commodity, presence of commodities, rest yesterday with data today. And in the generation that what you do when you want to discuss the independent uh, when you want to discuss from the independent perspectives is why we're just giving some analysis. But the reality is, like he said, the former president have a right to come back, and his supporter have the right to defend all that he did yesterday, even the one that was not okay, that some of us think that it wasn't okay. But if we cannot celebrate yellow machine arrival, for example, I told you from Gantor to go Coco Park, it's just less than 25 minutes. This is the only road that we saw the former administration did in Nema, road construction. And even from Gantor to go Coco Park, it wasn't completed from some before from to come to Boapa. That area was not completed. From Boapa to go to Flompa, all was not completed. Half was in the range. And I said again, I just reiterating so you can get myself a story. But I said from Coco Park, we been in Limba and we know the entire Limba county. From Coco Park, Kian to go to Sekle PA, where you have the Yaslon, that particular area is very historical. And today, that problem has been solved. Even from Coco Park to go to Sekle PA, and today we see the alpha payment. Then the huge one is from Secretariat to go Tabeta. Now, even when you're driving there, it's over 2 hours with the quota living from Secretariat to go Tabeta. I was just giving the references on what the power administration did in Zimbabwe data, the current one. Then you go to from Senekore to go Campley and to go to the Polar. The reason that we're giving the references, not because of the current administration has done all, but this is tomorrow. This is why you see the both supporters will be discussing, for example, in the media or everywhere. The both supporters from Union Party and CDC. This is what they will be discussing. For example, you go to Nimba now, where the CDC stopped the road from where to where. Where did they take it from to where? So tomorrow the voter will be judging. And already you have road from Kokopa to go Tabetan, that the road is almost about 2 hour plus a ride. Then 25 minutes ride. And you already have yellow machine to add to the kind of road pavement. Well, I want to see where, even if any administration will, let's say, any leadership of the various country will make fun. Like what we see Waka doing, when you make fun, when you are even allegedly involved with corruption, the step can be taken. The reason I really wanted for Winston to be honest so you can get all this.
Yeah, so
Implementation in administration, that one matter. Yeah. But I know the father will get what I'm saying. Implementation in administration, that one matter. You getting me clear, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, implementation in administration matter a lot. Because yesterday, for example, the quote-unquote MOPO exercise. Even only the child born today will not accuse the former finance minister of being a corrupt person. Even only the child born today. But the entire country knew that the former finance minister, they told the Liberian people doing FBI report, they told the Liberian people that they took money from finance ministry and carried to other side to the money changer. Liberian people expected the former president to make decision. The decision that we see today happening is not, it wasn't happening. You think Liberian doesn't love Georgia? We love Georgia. We've come into power without any tangible. Liberian people love Georgia. No even about it. I would not say that here and pretend like Georgia is not a threat. Georgia is a threat. This is a man, people not voted him because of competency. People voted for him for love. Yeah, people voted for him for love. People didn't, this is why so now when we go to some places, we can question people. Who can question, for example, Darrell Zidane and others? They say Darrell Zidane is not carrying on development. What did former president Weah did when he was elected senator from 2014 all the way to 2017? You cannot show one bathroom in most of our area that he erected. But the same people can be questioning other people's development ability. But that's not the issue. But with all the road projects that is ongoing, then you hire Yellow Machine add to it. You, sincerely speaking, by next year, the development that will be going on in the country, opposition might just be talking because it's easier for them to talk. But what we're witnessing to add to the Yellow Machine, and Bwaka is not a person who can sleep. I think Liberian people should tell the past administration they were really sleeping than Bwaka. A veteran agriculturalist to be, administratively inclined, Whenever he see things going contrary and he made decision, that tell you there's seriousness ongoing. The issue is that, like for example, I'm a single person, though we all in the media, we report this and that, but we see things happening.
Mm.
If what we seeing happen, if the yellow machine project can add to it, I can show you. 2029, people will just talk about Liberian people will decide. And don't be surprised. I can safely say like what we can say on our own platform. I can safely say for Nimapa is just a done deal for the administration. Because look at the number of citizens from Nimapa today they are benefiting from the administration. When you have a
Mhm.
vice president from there, the vice president,
Mhm.
a very smart vice president, a very developmental oriented vice president with all that and a very respectful vice president. This is the only vice president that we are having in the Republic of Liberia that people does not give any bad news about his coordination with the presidency. You know what we saw
Mhm.
yesterday, even during
Oh
Malaseli
yeah,
administration. You
yes.
know what we
Doing
heard.
doing we are done.
He's
We
excellently
yes, we're
moving.
still even we are enjoy, but it is all in the past now. It is all in the past. It is all in the past.
So
We want to make reference to
so
them. Yes, it is all in the past.
yeah, so development like what we witnessing. I can I can assure well Liberian people have to decide, but we all seeing is believing. I always said it.
Sure.
You cannot be the sun cannot be shining, then somebody tell you it's in the net because it's in the house, no, the house is closed. Then they are like they want to like wait for what let's say the guy was talking and say we shouldn't intellectual last. Yes, we cannot intellectual last what is going on. Like I was giving references to the commodity rice, the rate in the power administration you had 225 rate. Do you know how many years ago now rate can move from 180? Sincerely speaking,
So yes,
with
so so
all
yes.
the posting, with all the posting of financial expert, economic expert yesterday, the rate was in 200 some more. For currently the rate it just started 180 something. That means you have a real financial expert. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you have a people that play the system, that system we see here, if you
Mhm.
take these people from here, the end of the day, for example, I will this is why I don't want to respond to our former president. He said he wanted to take Liberia from where it is now to carry back 230 rate,
So yeah,
3,700 for back arrest to carry back there. No one will want
so
to agree to it,
that
but
just yeah, that just it. That just it. Jeff. That just it. I think we are pressing out of time. That just it. We actually thought that we could spend more time here today with you and Winston. It's unfortunate that Fed Trading joined us because Fed Trade. I think Marshall has seen issue with the network. Lone Star is kind of about a tripping. We had to switch to Orange very quickly to be on the show. But it's Liberia. We will get there. So on a Tuesday we'll have one young man will be here, very brilliant. He's advocates on this women right and stuff. But it is nice having conversation with you, Jeff. We also want to tell our listening audience that we are very grateful for the opportunity. We want you to keep following us. We are now hitting 4K. We are in 3K already. We are now hitting 4K. If you want to have your time on the show, you can reach out to me. We will have to schedule you, and then you can have your voice being here on this platform. So, before we get leave of you, Jeff, we will tell our audience again. This is the Central Communication Network. Your Saturday dialogue, leadership dialogue, and it is being hosted always by Mrs. Veronica Grimes, but she is not here today due to some touch schedule. I would like to say unforeseen circumstances because we didn't see it, we never expected it, it just came. So it is unforeseen. So she is always a host, but due to that reason, she is not here today. We hope and pray that she will join on Tuesday because we have a guest for Tuesday already that will be on the show. So we want to say to all of our followers, keep following us, share the information, share the show, share the live podcast so that I can go out there, the message can be sent across. Today in studio, we have Jeff, we have Winston, we also have Frederick, but Frederick was not able to join us because of the internet connectivities. So Jeff, you care to make your closing statement to us? I really want us to weigh down on this Miata formula issues where she had an interview in Ghana, and then our statement was so resounding, and then CDC people, let's say the opposition from CDC, they try to run with it, make it to be like Miata formula is not in a rightful standing. She doesn't have the capability. She doesn't have the moral retribute to bar off President Weah or even bar off former President Ellen Johnson said it because Nyata former brother Fort Worth. So when we talk about background like in Liberia, I think she and her family should be involved into it. And for me, I disagree with that as well because Nyata family have her own right to say what she wanted to say. She entitled to our view the same way you must say we are entitled to our view. So I think what they did to Mata family, I think it was not right. It is not healthy for our democracy. So Jeff, you in your closing statement, you will have to talk a little bit about Miata formula, and then you have to do a closing statement. What do you make of Miata formula statement? You can also do your closing statement as we close on Ghetto Winston.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Winston, thank you for coming back. It was so unfortunate you were unable to listen to those references I was giving. But I think Miata family issue, I wish next time we can discuss it because I really wanted to go to it in depth.
We'll discuss it. Yeah, we'll discuss it. We'll
Yeah,
discuss it.
one fine day we will discuss about it because it's a huge concern. Reputable people. It have time to. We will speak to that. We will speak to that. We will find time that we can speak to that. But I want to say thank you so much for the invite. You see, the reason that I really wanted for Winston to be online to listen to me, as I said from my intro, he write that we cannot compare the past administration with this administration because one of them went 6 years and the other 2 years and a half. It's real. But what we're witnessing now with the control, for example, do you really see civil servants protesting like before? I already spoken about development. Do you really see civil servants protesting like before? The
No.
government, imagine as we speak, civil servants are already taken to that pay. They took pay, civil servants took pay before July 26th. Case closed. The only unfortunate thing is that everybody had to wait until August end. And it's a long time too. With all the happiness, it's a long time. But those who know how to manage, they will still manage it. But the reality is, with the level of development that is going on, then the yellow machine, when the yellow machine have been distributed, and I want to assure Winston that do not
Mm.
feel somehow that people will tamper with the yellow machine. Just look at what happened. Imagine with the securities or government officials have been getting rid of and suspended due to alleged allegation that the issue has not yet been fully investigated and the verdict to be out. This is a very serious matter, government. You saw the former commerce minister, the Union Party former chairman, Amin Moda. He was pushed to carry out resignation. There are so many things. So if anyone is thinking about the yellow machine, people will not use it. That person must be daydreaming. Because when you see Braca, you can see the effective working. So when somebody want to think about, oh, I will renege on development, I think that person will be tampering with his or her job in my mind. Because if they send yellow machine to you after 1 year, nothing going on, you and I we on the platform. The good thing is we are from the media, we all are from the media background. This the week that it's ending today, you wasted more than 6 person who they are not being investigated, but it's alleged that they were involved with the George issue and the
Mm-hmm.
government dealt with them. Then what become of other people who might be reneging on development? That means the government will look at it like undermine their administration. They will definitely
Mm-hmm.
replace it. They won't wait. So
Mm-hmm.
what we're seeing today, we pray that like bread should be okay. You know, the funny thing that will happen somewhere, imagine those same people who celebrating the past administration that gave birth to the quote unquote or harmonization. The same
Mm-hmm.
people can be crying for increasement and to some ministry and agency. The increasement came, they are celebrating. This is why, as we speak, you don't waste the civil servants protesting and what used to happen yesterday. Because gradually people are dealing with a particular harmonization. Harmonization was one of the major things that brought CDC to, to their need. Who don't want to
Mm-hmm.
work for government and make good money? Somebody was making 250 IK, you met a person, then you want to divide the person's salary into two. And the person don't know where for example, that 250 is giving the person 25, the person don't know where the balance 25 is going, who is impacting.
Mm-hmm.
So we come to, we have to make the public to understand what is going on. It's not about you and myself. The issue that we're discussing is not just only about you and myself, but it is about the country. I only reference
Mm-hmm.
NIMBA because I'm from NIMBA, and every time I own two media outlet there, every time we will send reporter on the feed, reporting every time as we speak, for example, during the ongoing peace tournament, we have reporter there 24 hours, we will see information. So kudos to the administration. We know that the past administration did their best, but with what
Mm-hmm.
we're witnessing, imagine yesterday you were listening at the other ministry, they are protesting for salary, the other ministry, they are protesting for salary. You don't see it now. That means 7-7, one way or another, though human being cannot be certified in totality, when you hold 7-7, then the development get to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think like 2027, if the administration can continue 2027, and I can assure that by 2027, the yellow machine will start moving more than before. So I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if the administration massively outweight the past administration come 2029. I will not be surprised.
Try to wrap up. Try to wrap up.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the invite. Thank you. And our doors are open anytime. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. You will sit kind as we listen to Winston as in just through a little light on matter formula issue. Say that she said the only success story that I know from Manasari when she unleashed George Rios. The woman's an intellectual Winston. So you will wrap up and then in your wrapping statement you throw level meta formula issue her interview. For me, I believe that she's a woman. She do have a right to her view, her entitlement, what she feel, her expression. I think yes, she do have a right to say what she want to say and all that stuff. So I think we're not going back again. So meta formula really shook the entire ground. For me, I was so clear. I think one to this some write up, I did some rebuttal to him and all that stuff. You know, we are all young people, so we shouldn't matter politics to sport. Yeah, yeah. When I got a message, we shouldn't allow the politics to ruin our activities and other stuff. Yes, sometimes when you see white, say that white. When you see blue, say that blue. Nothing will change it. No politician will tell you, "Oh, chief, why you saying that green, this and that? You won't get paid. You won't get this. You won't get that." But Jeff, honestly speaking, it's a nice time talking with you. It is always good to have you. Yeah, like I said, on Tuesday we'll have a guest already. Tuesday is already booked. We'll have a guest already. We'll be here on the show to discuss one or two issues. And again, I want to say thank you so much for following us. This is the Central Communication Network. We want to say thank you to our CEO for always giving us the opportunity. This platform is always available to us to discuss the issue surrounding Liberia progress and Liberia going down in the drains. This issue is always important here for us to discuss it. So we want to say thank you to our CEO. We want to say thank you to Mr. Graham. We want to say thank you to Leo in the back, who is always playing the back role, supporting us in terms of doing one or two technical work for us. And thanks to all of our team members for also supporting us. Like we said before, we want to pre-announce to you November. Jeff will invite the Nima TV to come there to cover the program as well. November 30th will be our anniversary, and we'll invite Nima TV will be there. We'll invite other media online, and we are searching for one big institution like the Nima TV, like the OKFM, like the Spoon FM. We can play them in a match, a football match, and we'll also have a parade. It will be a great event. We're anticipating having a dinner night. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are drinking with Central TV. This communication network is very big, and we're not taking any more small. So, November 30th will be our first anniversary. Imagine our first year. We are hitting. We'll reach more than 5K before our anniversary. We are very optimistic about that. We are sure we are not breaking, but we are very hopeful about that. I'm going to get there. So November 30th, I'm trying to re-announce it to you so that you can get it straight. November 30th will be our first anniversary, and we're going to have a lot of media institution there. We are going to have a program being very gigantic. We anticipating having dinner. We're having a parade. The publicity will be large. It will be a elaborate program where everybody will be there and understand what we read into Liberia media feed for what is Central Communication Network. Until November 30th, I see you consistently on the show, Jeff. We are also trying to finalize regular panelists on this Saturday dialogue. Yes, we are not copying and pasting for any other people. It has been our plan, it has been our dream to have our regular panelists where we can have one guest coming here. All of the guests will be scheduled. We'll have one guest coming here. All of the panelists will be able to throw questions to the guests, and the guests can be able to respond. Then we give our individual view as how we feel about it. So we'll get out to you. We'll contact the CEO. The CEO will get to go ahead. We'll reach out to you so that you can be one of our panelists, as the way Winston is always making yourself available to be on the show as our panelists. In that way, we can have a very unique and a very mature conversation where we won't infringe on anybody's right. But thank you so much for following us, and God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody.